Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendeary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit speech therapy clinic solely dedicated to helping you and everyone with Parkinson's around the world regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. Last week, Parkinson Voice Project hosted our Lead with Intent Symposium. We had faculty members travel to Dallas for training, and these faculty are from our 16 Speak Out Therapy and Research Centers. Our goal is to have a therapy and research center in every single state across America. We have raised enough money in order to start 16, and I just want to show you this phenomenal photo we took last week. Look at this photo. Is that amazing or what? These are the faculty members from our first 16 therapy and research centers, and all of these centers are going to provide speak out therapy at no charge to anybody living in those states, and they also commit to specializing in online therapy. So from their university, they will be able to treat anyone with Parkinson's in their state. So it's a very exciting project, and if you would like to learn more about the Campaign to Reach America, tomorrow we are hosting a webinar right after this online session. I will have Beth post the link, and it is actually a Zoom meeting. Actually, it's going to be a Zoom meeting where I'm going to tell you about the campaign, and then you can ask questions. All right, everybody take a sip of water. Today I am using a new cup. I received this cup in the mail from Kurt from Ohio. Thank you, Kurt. I will enjoy using the cup today. And Kurt, you asked me for something, and I'm going to mail that to you also. So, sip of water, everyone. Today, we are continuing on with the Speak Out workbook. Last week, we did lessons 1 through 5. Today, we're going to do lesson 6, and it comes out of our Speak Out workbook. If you are working privately with a Speak Out provider, then you have this workbook, either a physical copy if you're in the U.S., or you have the e-library if you are in the U.S. or somewhere else in the world. All right, we're starting off with the warm-up. I want you to lift your voice and speak out. So lift the voice and project it over your computer. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. We are not thinking about anything except projecting our voice forward. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Make sure to connect all of the sounds. Let's do it again with more intent. May, me, my, mo, moo. Did you notice that I had to take a breath in there? You can take a breath whenever you need to. Just connect the sounds and keep the focus on speaking out, projecting your voice forward. One more time. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Let's all take a sip of water with intent. It was a wonderful symposium last week at Parkinson Voice Project as we hosted our first faculty members from our first 16 therapy and research centers. We also had our Parkinson voice advocates there and out-of-town advocates who joined our volunteer program during the pandemic. They came in town and we got to meet them in person too. Throughout the week, I'll share some neat photos with you. Moving on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. I want you to project that ah forward. Ready? Ah. Good. We're thinking about what we're doing. We're using intent. Let's do it again. That was a short one. Let me get some water. Must be all the talking from last week. A lot of presentations and a lot of talking and laughing. Let's do a shorter ah. Ready? Ah. Good. Again. The focus is on projecting your voice forward. Let's do it again. One more time. Good. Let's all take a sip of water with intent as you grab your cup and bring it to your mouth. Think about what you're doing. Be deliberate. The third speak out exercise, the glides. It's important that you project a steady ah first, okay? You hear that ah, and then you start gliding up. Here we go. Ah. Ah. When you project a steady ah first, you're also using more intent. Think about it. Let's do it again. Nice job. You can do it. Let's do it again. We're working hard. It's going to help our speech and our swallowing. We don't want to just go through the motions. Let's do it again. Let's take a sip of water. We still have one more, but let's get a sip of water. All right, one more glide with intent. Very good. Now, one thing I noticed in the training this weekend, It's very important for everybody with Parkinson's and all of our speech language pathologists to understand. No matter what the problem is with Parkinson's, no matter what the problem is with your voice, if it's a raspy voice, if you tend to slur your words, if your words come out too fast, if you run out of air at the end of your sentences, the key should be speaking out. We're not going to tell you to take a deep breath. We're not going to tell you to sit up straight or open your mouth. We're going to model it. But I don't want you to focus on, for example, slowing down. The focus has to be on speaking out always. Should I say always? I'm trying to think of a patient I've treated where that was not successful, and I can't think of any. So the focus has to be on speaking out. Don't think about the loudness or slowing down or anything like that. Let's move on to the counting. On lesson 6 of the workbook, which is what we're working out of today, we count to 16. I want you to lift every number and throw it over your computer. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm not going to hold this up. We'll do it again. All right, counting 4 numbers and then stop. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Speak out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is just like the warm-up. You don't think about the breath. If you find that you're running out of breath, you can take a quick breath, but keep the focus on speaking out. Let's do it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did you notice how I had to take a breath in there? Go ahead and get some water. Some of you have been emailing us asking us for a workbook, for this workbook. So we only send this workbook to people with Parkinson's and related movement disorders who are working with a speak out provider. So you must have had an evaluation, a speak out evaluation first. And then if you're appropriate for the treatment, which I'd like to say most people will be, then if you live in the U.S., you will call our clinic and we will send you one of these workbooks. We don't charge for them. We use the pay it forward system for that, and we'll learn more about that later. Or if you're outside of the U.S. and in the U.S., your speak out provider will give you a link for free access to our e-library, and you can use that too. All right. I just love this photo. It's so wonderful. Very exciting. All right, we're going to move on to our reading exercise. We're working out of lesson 6. You will notice today, let me make sure that I have this on the right. Let me make this bigger. There you go. All right, you will notice that I highlighted a couple words. I want you to start strong and end strong. So we are going to exaggerate the first and the last word of every sentence. We're speaking out. Let's read each one time. Ready? What time will he arrive? Hold on one second. Okay, let's do that one again. Ready? What time will he arrive? Next. It is chilly outside. Next. Where is my cell phone? Let me go ahead and make this full screen. Next one. We will stop at the bank. Next. Are they here yet? Next. Do you like this sweater? Next. What time is the appointment? We're really thinking about the beginning and the end of each sentence. Ready? How are you feeling today? Next. I feel stronger than before. Next. Can you hear me now? Next. Good night, sweetheart. Next. I will be right there. Are you with me? What time is the party? Really think about it. The kids are playing next door. Let's watch the sunset. Next. I say every word with intent. Next. I will speak with intent. Next. I am living with intent. Next exercise. I'm going to ask you a question. Apples and oranges. What is the category? And say it with intent. Now, name a couple other items in that category. Are you with me? Next one, hammer and shovel. What is the category? Now name some other items in that category. We are speaking with intent. What's this category? Colors. Name a couple other colors with intent. All right, next category. What is the category for cake and cookies? Name some other items in this category. Maybe the category is desserts. Name a couple other items. Go ahead and take a sip of water. When we go through the speak out exercises, the first 4 exercises, well, all of them, we are building strength and endurance. Usually everybody with Parkinson's can do the first 4 pretty well. And then the reading and the cognitive are tailored to each person's, what each person needs to work on. Okay, it should always be a little bit challenging, but not frustrating. Let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words. We will say each one twice. Speak out. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Gula ganga ga. The next one. Kukamanguka with intent. Kukamanguka. Next. Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. Here is the bell. Our bonus reading is about pay it forward. all of you know, if you've been practicing with us, Parkinson Voice Project uses the Pay It Forward system to run our nonprofit organization. And so we'll learn a little bit about Pay It Forward, but this is the last week of our June fundraiser. Thank you to everybody who has already paid it forward. And for those of you who haven't yet, I hope you will do that before Friday. Friday is the end of our fundraiser. All right, let's move on to the bonus reading. You will notice in the bonus reading that I have highlighted every word that comes before punctuation, okay? That means we're not going to trail off, but just focus on speaking out. Let's read this. We're learning about Pay It Forward. Ready? What does Pay It Forward mean? The simplest way to define Pay It Forward is when someone does something nice for you, instead of paying that person back directly, you do something nice for someone else. Ready? Since 2008, Parkinson Voice Project has funded its patient care services using a Pay It Forward funding model. We do not bill insurance. We do not charge patients for workbooks or these online practice sessions. In our Richardson Clinic, we don't even charge for Speak Out therapy. Instead, we do our best to help as many people as possible regain and retain their speech and swallowing. Then, twice a year, we ask our patients, families, and community supporters to pay it forward. Make a donation to help others with Parkinson's receive quality speech treatment too. Was it challenging to read that bonus reading? Do you know that you can download today's lesson? It's right above the chat. It'll be right above the chat feature. Take what you learned during this session and practice, practice, practice. Reading is the dress rehearsal to conversation. So if you are struggling to make yourself heard or to make your speech come out the way you want in conversation, you need to work more on reading. Okay, 2 announcements. Tomorrow at 10:30 after the session, I am hosting a Zoom meeting for any of you that would like to learn more about our campaign to reach America. All right, we have 16 therapy and research centers, but we want 50. And then again, I want to thank everybody who's already contributed to the June fundraiser. We only raise money in June and the end of the year. So after this Friday, you're not going to hear from me again about fundraising until probably November. All right. Thank you, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.